Jury instruction number 224 tells you everything you need to know about circumstantial evidence. There was some question about whether it was shown in its entirety. The entire jury instruction is in 224. Another thing I want to mention to you is I think it is very obvious that everyone at that table left it all out on the field. Everybody put out 150%. I think that's very evident. All right. I want to hopefully focus your duties by kind of summarizing something that both sides have mentioned to you. All right. The people have the burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the gun was real. If the people have not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Mayers used a real 9mm, then the verdict is not guilty. If you do find that the that the gun was real, then you look at the 5 elements that are listed for assault with a semi-automatic pistol. That's jury instruction 875. You have to decide whether those elements, all 5 elements, have been proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Then also you can consider the jury instructions on self-defense and the defense of others. You have that jury instruction as well. So I'm hoping that this assists you in kind of focusing how you deliberate. All right, I'm going to read the 2 final jury instructions. When I'm finished with this, I'm going to send you to where you're going to be deliberating. You won't be deliberating in the jury deliberation room here for this court. You'll be deliberating in the deliberation room that is from my court, which is Department 115 on the 11th floor. So when I release you, I'd like you to go to the 11th floor and go to Department 115. Department 115, it's right there when you get off the elevators. And Alex will meet you up there. He'll escort you into the jury deliberation room. You can take all of your materials, you can set them down, and you can leave for the day. On Tuesday, you must be here by 9 a.m. Jury deliberations start at 9 a.m. And when you show up on Tuesday, you're to gather outside the courtroom doors of Department 115 on the 11th floor. Did you want to say something?
Yes.
Same thing?
That's not too much of a problem. Can we start at 9:30? If possible. And everyone's okay with that?
Is that what you all want? All right, I'm seeing nods. Yeah, all right, 9:30. 9:30. All right, here are the final 2 jury instructions. When you go to the jury room, the first thing you should do is choose a foreperson. The foreperson should see to it that your discussions are carried on in an organized way and that everyone has a fair chance to be heard. It is your duty to talk with one another and to deliberate in the jury room. You should try to agree on a verdict if you can. Each of you must decide the case for yourself, but only after you have discussed the evidence with the other jurors. Do not hesitate to change your mind if you become convinced that you are wrong, but do not change your mind just because other jurors disagree with you. Keep an open mind and openly exchange your thoughts and ideas about this case. Stating your opinions too strongly at the beginning or immediately announcing how you plan to vote may interfere with an open discussion. Please treat one another courteously. Your role is to be an impartial judge of the facts, not to act as an advocate for one side or the other. As I told you at the beginning of the trial, do not talk about the case or about any of the people or any subject involved in it with anyone, including but not limited to your spouse or other family or friends, spiritual leaders or advisors or therapists. You must discuss the case only in the jury room and only when all jurors are present. Do not discuss your deliberations with anyone. Do not communicate using social media during your deliberations. It is very important that you not use the internet in any way in connection with this case during your deliberations. During the trial, several items were received into evidence as exhibits. You may examine whatever exhibits you think will help you in your deliberations. These exhibits will be sent into the jury room when you begin to deliberate. I made arrangements for a screen, a projection screen, to be brought into the jury deliberation that's actually bigger than that. So if you want to review the videos, you'll be able to do that. We're going to need a clean computer, though, that they can use. You've got to connect the computer to the projector, which is connected to the screen. Mark, our audio visual guy, he can show you how to do that if necessary. If you need to communicate with me while you are deliberating, send a note through the bailiff signed by the foreperson or by one or more members of the jury. To have a complete record of this trial, it is important that you not communicate with me except by a written note. If you have questions, I will talk with the attorneys before I answer, so it may take some time. You should continue your deliberations while you wait for my answer. I will answer any questions in writing or orally here in open court. Do not reveal to me or anyone else how the vote stands on the question of guilt or issues in this case unless I ask you to do so. Your verdict on each count and the special finding of the firearm allegation must be unanimous. This means that to return a verdict, all of you must agree to it. Do not reach a decision by the flip of a coin or by any other similar act. It is not my role to tell you what your verdict should be. Do not take anything I said or did during the trial as an indication of what I think about the facts, the witnesses, or what your verdict should be. You must reach your verdict without any consideration of punishment. You will be given verdict forms. As soon as all jurors have agreed on a verdict, the foreperson must date and sign the appropriate verdict forms and notify the bailiff. If you are able to reach a unanimous decision on only one of the charges, fill in that verdict form only and notify the bailiff. Return any unsigned verdict form. To the alternate jurors, the jury will soon be deliberating, but you are still alternate jurors and you are bound by my earlier instructions about your conduct. Do not talk about the case or about any of the people or any subject involved in it with anyone, not even your family or friends, and not even with each other. Do not have any contact with the deliberating jurors. Do not decide how you would vote if you were deliberating. Do not form or express an opinion about the issues in this case unless you are substituted in for one of the deliberating jurors. Will the clerk please swear the bailiff?
Yes, Your Honor. Please raise your right hand. Thank you. You solemnly state that you will take charge of the jury and keep them together. You will not speak to them yourself, nor allow anyone else to speak to them on matters connected to this case, except by order of the court. When they have agreed on a verdict, you will return into court. Furthermore, that you take charge of the alternate jurors, keep them apart from the jury, whether delivering on the cause, until otherwise instructed by the court, so help you God.
Thank you.
All right, the case is now yours. Alex is going to meet you on the 11th floor in front of Department 115. He will escort the 12 of you into the jury deliberation room. You can put your materials down, and then you can leave for the day. Remember, 9 o'clock Tuesday, 9:30 Tuesday, please be outside the courtroom doors, not here, Department 115 on the 11th floor. The four alternates, I'd like you also to go up to the 11th floor now, and what I'm going to want you to do is to give Deputy Bennett your contact numbers. I assume you all have cell phones? All right, I'd like you to give Deputy Bennett your cell phone numbers so we can reach you in case we need you. And if we do call you, we're going to need you quickly. So while the jury is deliberating, you can be in the hallway, you can be in the jury assembly room downstairs, you can walk around, You could be in the cafeteria, but you have to be ready, willing, and able to come to the courtroom if you're summoned. All right, you folks are going to be excused now. Take all of your materials. Council needs to remain. We have a couple of council